Somewhere, I don't know where, even beyond the Oberengian seas, there was once a maid. She had lost her father and mother, but she loved the handsomest lad in the village where she lived. They were as happy together as a pair of turtle doves in the wood. They fixed the day of the wedding at a not very distant date, and invited their most intimate friends.
Just to bring you up to date on the news of Europe, if you are just turning on your radios, Great Britain is now at war with Germany. Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain announced this fact in a broadcast at 6:15 New York time, 6:15 Eastern Daylight Time.
I promise to be back in 3 years, my dove. Just wait until then and don't be afraid.
I am not afraid while I will see you again, my dear John.
My sweet Judith, I promise to bring you back my love and to remain faithful to you, even were I tempted by the beauty of 1,000 other girls.
General Eisenhower informs me that the forces of Germany have surrendered to the United Nations. The flags of freedom fly all over Europe.
Of the glass. Please come home. It can't be bared any longer. 3 years alone brings silence and solitude. There has to be something of you out there somewhere, so I ask, why don't you come home? I refuse to believe you are just a memory, and I am tired of asking the roses for advice, for they only answer with the voices in my head. I beg you, Godmother, please give my mind new voices to hear.
Yes, my dear child.
Please tell me if he's no more. We're still here. And bring him home.
Yes, my child, as it will be full moon tomorrow night. Go into the cemetery, my dear girl, and find a human skull. Then place it in a huge earthenware pot and boil it with some millet for, say, 2 hours. You may be sure it will let you know whether your lover is alive yet or dead, and perchance it will entice him here.
Judith? Judith? Will you come to the country where I dwell?
To be sure, my dear John, to the very end of the world. But is this country where you dwell far from here?
Yes, my love. It is very far. But in spite of the distance, it will not take us long to get there. How beautifully shines the moon, the moon. How beautifully marks past the dead. Are you afraid, my love, my little Judith?
I am not afraid while I see you, my dear John.
How beautifully shines the moon, the moon. How beautifully marks past the dead. Are you afraid, my love, my little Judith?
I am not afraid while I see you, my dear John.
Go in, my darling.
You'd had better go first, my love. You know the way.
Judith! Judith! Dead man! Find the woman for a fellow dead man!
What do you seek, fellow dead man?
My bride, is she here?
Yes, there she is, hiding in the shadows of the stones.
Do you not receive me? How dare you! Come, and let us tear her in pieces! No! No! No!
How beautifully shines the sun. The sun. How beautifully we march past the living. I was afraid, my love. My dear John.
Benjamin? You! Thank you so very much. The corpse that you saw laid out here in state was my brother. I had had him buried 365 times, each with the greatest pomp. But each time, he has returned to me. As you have relieved me of him, my sweet, pretty, darling, you shall become mine, and I yours.
least you have something to cling to. Visions of dazzling rooms I'll never get into. Memories were like home and gold. But
life is quite a peculiar thing. It is full of the joys of childhood and sweets of fruit. But it also holds pain and bitterness. A darkness that you will never know until you are face to face with it. I experienced this through my neighbor. His name was Ogawara. A lonely man of nobility who I never truly got to know. I heard from the neighbors that he lost his wife, but no one seems to know how or why. Ogawara had a habit of walking late at night. It was on a particularly foggy night that begins this tale.
I don't mean to be rude, but what's a lady like you doing out here? It's dark and foggy.
I can ask you the same. Who are you?
I'm Ogawara. Pleasure to meet you. And your name?
I'm Otsu.
Otsu. What a lovely name.
You do know there are dangerous things in the woods at night.
Well, you see, I am quite strong and brave. Are you looking for someone?
Do you live close by?
I do. It's not too far from here. Well, why don't you come stay with me? I live alone. And I have food and water. I can protect you.
Ogawara meets a woman of utmost beauty, a lady by the name of Otsuyu. Taken with her, he convinces Otsuyu to go home with him. On their walk, they become quite close, and as things of this nature often go, they soon became lovers. Otsu returned night after night. They formed a cycle of love, and Otsu seemed brighter. However, Okawa began to look frail and weak. I spoke to the neighbors, and no one seems to know who she is. As a matter of fact, no one had seen her but Okawa and me. Concerned for his health, I went to check on him. And the sight I encountered, a most horrendous sight. There in the house lay Okawa, and in his arms lay not a fair lady, but rather a corpse. I had never seen such a sight. I quickly took flight to my house and looked to my schooling. I swore to find a way to help Okawa ward off this spirit who had fallen in love with his soul. Hello, sir? Okawa, I believe.
Who are you?
I'm your neighbor, Naomi. I moved here not too long ago.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Naomi.
Sir, forgive me for being quite plain, but I noticed you've become quite sick over the past few days.
It's nothing to worry about. I assure you. I'm fine.
I'm a healer. Or at least I'm studying to be one. It's the reason I moved here. And none of this is quite important. What I'm trying to say is, well, I noticed you becoming ill ever since you started seeing that lady.
That lady! Oh, yes. Well, you see, Naomi, that lady's name is Otsuyu. She's beautiful and wonderful to me.
Yes, well, she's not quite right.
Quite right? Are you insulting her? What is the meaning of this?
Well, you see, I was concerned for you. So I went to visit you last night and now don't be concerned. But, well, I peeked through your window and said she's not what she says she is.
You peeked through my window? You sound insane!
She's dead. A corpse. A spirit no longer part of this realm.
That can't be true. Listen, Naomi. I've felt her skin. I've felt her embrace.
Surely you've seen the signs. You are withering away. With each night you spend with her, you creep closer towards death.
You're a liar! You're lying!
What reason do I have to lie? I am new here. I do not know you. I moved here to become a healer. My only purpose is to help. Please, let me help you. I created this charm. It will keep her away. Please.
Are you sure it will work?
Yes, I assure you. You must understand that you cannot find love outside of the world of the living. Not like this.
I understand. Thank you. Thank you.
I know that it hurts now, but soon it will all be over. Good day, sir.
Good day.
I used my knowledge from my studies to create a charm to help Aguar ward off the spirit. And it worked! My first protection charm. I watched as the charm kept Otsu at bay. Night after night she returned, and night after night she failed. Aguar was free. However, each night I heard her wails of grief as she called out to her lover without any response. As I basked in my success in my studies, I failed to notice how my actions affected Aguar. You see, when I first moved here, his flask was glued to his hip, and the slightest upturn of the lips never graced his face. Neighbors knew of him. However, he was a shadow of a man he used to be. When he met Otsu, he changed. He smiled more freely in the market, tended to his garden, and his flask was nowhere to be seen. I expected his happiness to fade somewhat once he realized the truth. However, I never expected how drastic it would be. Aguar soon became a hermit, leaving only for the essentials and alcohol to fill his days of misery.
What's you? What have I done?
Grief cast a dark fog over Overwar. He had spent so many years alone and refused to lose another love. After his drunken removal of the charm, he was able to act on his pain. He quickly took to the forest to find Otsu and win back her love.
Otsu? Can you hear me? Otsu, please. Please come back. Please. Otsu. I'm all alone. Otsu. I feel cold. Otsu. It's you.
Love is quite a peculiar thing. It is an uncontrollable force that one can never understand until they experience it for themselves. Life between spirit and man could never be. And while I may never understand it, Obor and Otsu had fallen in love.
can go home.
We can go home. I noticed as Ogawara took to the forest, and I could not refrain from following him. I watched as together they formed the bonds of love, one last time in the living realm. Their souls had joined together at last.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on I could offer you
Okay.
to make you feel
I didn't know if it was supposed to be
when the evening shadows and the stars and there is no one there to dry your
Yeah, no, I saw you.
coming down.
Yeah, I know there's college.
Watch me as I go separate the ones that I might navigate.
Because I'm on little moments, it was just because I was on the this tonight. Yeah, I just paused it, so I got another 3-4 seconds of time. That's all.
Yeah, I didn't. But I was looking
Hear that scream,
Yeah, I.
but you don't want to.
No, I know. That's why. Yeah, I just started like, oh.
You always see it on your phone.
Watch me as I go separate the ones that I might navigate. Watch me as I go separate the ones that
I think we've got like 10 more minutes.
Should be around 10 minutes.
No, you can't. Suffer.
the sun goes from that. It covers my skin. The earth pulls me back.
This is my decision.
Watch me as I go separate the ones that I might navigate. Watch me as I go separate the ones that I might navigate. Slowly counting down my body weight. I'm tired.
Let me get back to you on that.
I don't know.
夕闇迫る雲の上いつも一羽で飛んでいる鷹はきっと悲しかろう音も途絶えた風の中空その翼休めることはできなくて心を何に例えよう鷹のようなこの心
In a certain Japanese village, there stood a great willow tree. For many generations, the people loved it. In the summer, it was a resting place where the villagers might meet after the work and heat of the day were over, and there talk until the moonlight streamed through the branches. In winter, it was like a great half-opened umbrella, covered with sparkling snow. A young farmer, lived quite near this tree, and he, more than any of his companions, had entered into a deep communion with the imposing willow. It was almost the first object he saw upon waking, and upon his return from work in the fields, he looked out eagerly for its familiar form. Some days, he would light candles beneath its branches and kneel down and pray. One day, an old man of the village came to Hetero and explained to him that the villagers were anxious to build a bridge over the river, and that they particularly wanted the great willow tree for timber.
For timber? My dear willow, for a bridge, one to bear the incessant patter of feet, it can't be.
I love the willow. Please, I will give you money. Anything it takes to save this tree.
In the end, it was decided that Hetero would give the old man some of his own trees for timber in order to spare the ancient willow. The old man readily accepted this offer, and the willow tree continued to stand in the village as it had stood for so many years. After this, Hetero was more grateful than ever for the willow tree. He began to visit it every morning and every night. Many days he stood beneath its branches and said prayers of thanks for all the gifts of this world, for his family, for the birds and the beasts, and most especially for this tree, which gave him such joy. Some days he whispered his troubles to the willow tree. When he had finished, he felt healed. He was so certain that the willow understood. His devotion grew deeper as he grew older. One night, before bed, Hetero sent out a prayer.
Powers that be, I pray that one day I may find a wife of my own, a wife who is beautiful, kind, and forgiving, a wife who listens and is always there for me, a wife just like my dear willow tree. Please, if she exists, send her to me.
As Hetero approached the tree one evening, he saw a beautiful woman standing in the place where he usually said his prayers. He walked up to her and bowed.
Dear lady, are you waiting for someone?
He will not come.
What kind of man is this who does not come to such a fair woman? It is a terrible thing when love is not returned.
No, but he does love me.
If he does not come to you, why is that?
His heart has always been here, under the willow tree.
Just like that, she disappeared. Next night she came back, and once again they talked. They spoke of the loveliness of this spot, the peaceful night, the watchful stars. Night after night, they spoke under the old willow tree. The woman's shyness had almost entirely disappeared. She could never hear too much of Hetero's praise of the willow under which they sat.
One night, he said to her,
"Little one, will you be my wife? You who seem to come from the very tree itself."
Yes, yes, I would be honored to be the wife of the kind Hetero. But please, call me Higo.
Higo, as in willow tree.
Ask no questions of me or my past. Just love me unconditionally as you always have. Someday you'll understand.
And so the young couple were married, and in due time they were blessed with a child whom they called Shioda. They were always smiling and laughing. So pleased were they by the gift of their love for each other.
Their lives were simple.
They were the happiest people in all Japan.
As the happy couple went about their respective duties, great news came to the village. The villagers were full of it, and it was not long until it reached Hetero's ears. The Emperor Toba wished to build a temple to Kwannon, the goddess of mercy, in Kyoto, and those in authority were sent far and wide for timber.
He needs timber from every village, the people said. He asks for our most sacred trees.
Hetero's heart contracted when he heard those words.
You must not cut down the willow tree. It is sacred to our village.
No matter how long and hard he argued, the elders of the village disagreed.
We have no tree as large and beautiful as the willow. It will be our most sacred gift for the most sacred of all temples. It's done, Hetero.
All Hetero's argument and persuasion and promise of other trees were ineffectual, for neither he nor anyone else could offer as large and handsome a tree as the ancient willow. Hetero went home and told his wife.
They are about to cut down our dear willow tree. Before I met you, little one, I could not have borne the thought of losing the willow tree. Having you. Perhaps maybe I will get over it one day. Why? Since the tree means so much to our family, I think we should go. Bid it one final farewell. Together.
After hearing of this devastating news, both Hetero and Higo decided to make one final journey to the Great Willow to offer a final prayer to the sacred tree.
Dear Willow, I come to you often and ask for a lot. I ask for peace and health for the community, for my wife, for my child, for everything. I come today not to ask for anything more, but to thank you. Thank you for all you've given me. You've given me a beautiful wife in Archioto. You've given me my mother and my father back. You've given me a chance to sit beside them each and every day. For that, I am eternally grateful. Today, Willow, I pray for you. I pray that the powers that be watch over you. I pray that you stand tall and strong forever. That anyone who tries to hurt you or cut you down be shown your beauty and find grace. I don't have much in the ways of power, but I swear that for as long as I live, I will watch over you, as you have always done for me. Thank you.
How do I start this? Are we different entities anymore? I don't think so. You were born out of my love. You have given me a place to live and to love for generations. How do you say goodbye to something like that? What happens to me when you are gone? What happens to you when I am gone? Do I cease to exist? Or do I go someplace else? It's selfish, but I don't want to let go of you yet. I don't want to let go of them yet. I don't want to let go of what I have here. But I suppose that at the same time, it's okay, isn't it? I achieved my goal. I fell in love, was able to give myself wholly to someone who loved me too. I guess it is time for me to go now, right? I knew it was going to be bittersweet. I just wasn't ready for it to happen so soon. Endings are new beginnings, though. I will see them again. In another time, maybe, or another place, but I will see them again. I'd like to think that it was fate that brought us together, and that she has connected us forever from now on. See you again soon. I'll be waiting.
That night, Hetero was aroused by a piercing cry and the sound of axes chopping at wood.
Hetero, girls talk! The room is full of whispers. Are you there, Hetero? They are cutting down the willow tree. Look how its shadow
I will wait for you and Chiodo. My hair is falling through the sky. My body is breaking.
There was a loud crash outside. The great willow tree lay green and disheveled upon the ground.
Where are you, my love? I said, where are you, Higo? I said, where are you, Higo?
夕闇線のいつもの上いつも一話で飛んでいる乾きて悲しくる横たえた風の中空その翼休めることはできなくて心を何に例えよう鷹のような心雨の底古い若気にいつも小さく咲いている花はきっと切なかろう色もかすんだ雨の中薄い色の花びらをめでてくれるでもなくて心を何に例えよう花のようなこの心を何に例えよう雨る切なさを人影絶えた野の道を私と共に歩んでるあなたも
12 children and was forced to work night and day to give them even bread. And therefore the 13th came into the world, who knew not what to do with his trouble, but ran away, and resolved to asking the first person whom he met to be godfather.
I need to sit just for a moment, just to rest my leg. Oh.
I suppose I can help if I must. You're struggling with all those children. I can hardly blame you. 13 is a lot. There's not a lot for you. I have billions.
Who are you?
Who do you think?
You are, I don't know.
Really? Magically appearing in a forest, dressed in white? You really are helpless.
Wait a minute, are you God?
If that's what you like, it's not incorrect. That's how most people from around here refer to me as.
Wait, no, why are you here? Why can I see you?
Everyone's always asked so many questions. I know this was a mistake.
No, wait, please. You said you could help. I can barely feed my kids, please.
You're looking for a godfather for your newborn son. How did I know? I know everything. Get used to that. Well, what better godfather than God the Father? I will hold your child at his christening. I will take charge of him and make him happy on this earth.
Wait, you want to be my child's godfather? Why?
I don't know. I'm bored. Seems like the right thing to do. I haven't dealt with your kind in a while, and I guess I should get involved.
No.
No?
You said it yourself. You don't deal with us. You give to the rich and leave the poor to starve. I'm not ready to put my child in the hands of a God who does not care for their creation.
I don't make offers like this very often. I suggest you take the help. You certainly need it.
If you want to help, improve our harvest. If you want to help make my money go further, fill my children's bellies. You have all the power in the universe. You don't need to be Godfather to help me.
Things are not so simple.
They are for you. I thought you made the rules. I'll figure it out on my own.
I
said I'll figure it out on my own.
You're making a mistake.
You made a mistake when you gave 13 children to a man who can't even feed them. I'm trying to work with what I have, but you haven't given me much, have you? Find somebody else. I gotta get somebody here. That's right there. This over there. Oh. And now I'm back where I started. What am I going to do?
Perhaps I can be of assistance.
Oh. So, you think you can just change your clothes and that will convince me?
Change my clothes? What are you talking? Oh. You must have met the other guy. Humans often struggle to tell us apart.
Wait, then who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself. I am... What is it that humans are calling me these days? The Fallen? Satan? Lucifer?
Oh, that's the devil!
Sure, if that's what you'd like.
Why are you here? What do you want with me?
Relax! I just want to be the godfather of that fleshy little monster you call a child. Choose me, and I will give him all the gold and all the joys in the world as well.
No, I don't want you as godfather. You deceive people. You lead them astray.
Has it ever occurred to you that I'm trying to be nice? All right, you got me. I couldn't even say that with a straight face.
You may give out riches, but you always want something in return.
Fine. Go find someone else. Best of luck and all that. Try not to starve.
God. The devil. Am I going crazy? What is even happening? Oh, great. Another one. Who is it this time, huh? Who are you? Who are you?
Settle down. You're wasting your breath. You only get so many of those, you know.
I asked you a question.
He thinks he can make demands.
Who are you?
Take me as godfather.
Tell me who you are.
I am death. I make all equal.
Yes. Yes, that's it. Hey, you take from the rich as well as the poor without distinction. You're the right one. You shall be godfather.
I will make your child rich and famous. He who has me for a friend can lack nothing.
Oh, and next Sunday is the christening. Be there at the right time.
I'll be there. I'm everywhere. boy had grown up, he went out one day to explore the forest. His godfather appeared to grant him his gift. It's been a long time. It's good to see you.
Wait. Who are you?
Does my own godson not recognize me?
Godson? You're my godfather? Dad says you left after the christening and never helped out.
I apologize for my absence. I don't have much to offer to children. You had to be of age before I could give you your gift. I promised your father I'd make you rich and famous. I never said when.
Wait, rich and famous?
Did your godfather ever tell you how I came to be your godfather?
Oh, yeah. He told me that crazy story about gods and devils, but he never told me the truth.
That was the truth, son. But he turned them down. He didn't want his child in the hands of those who judge human life. He was wise in that way.
So who does that make you?
I am death. All are equal in my eyes.
All right, great. Just hand me the money and be on your way.
I don't have any money. But I can help you earn more than you could have ever imagined. You will be a celebrated physician.
A physician? You mean a doctor? Wouldn't that make you, Death, my enemy?
I don't claim everyone whose paths cross with mine. Most people meet me more than once in their lifetime. Let me show you something.
What is it?
This plant can cure any ailment that strikes you, but not without its limitations. When you are called to a patient, I will always be there. If I am at the head of the bed, you may tell the patient that they will be healed. Let them smell this flower and they can recover from anything.
It's that easy?
But not without its limitations. Isn't that what I said? If I am at the foot of the bed, I have already claimed them. Tell them that all remedies are in vain and that no physician in the world could save them. Beware of using the flower against my will. It won't fare well with you.
Wait, telling people that they're going to die? How is that supposed to make me rich and famous?
No, you're telling people that they're going to live. Most of the diseases people die from are trivial. I claim so many before their time has truly come, and I want to put a stop to it.
Wait, why am I supposed to believe you? About any of this?
Try it. And find out. was not long before the youth was the most famous physician in the whole world. He would only look at a patient who knew their condition at once, and if they would recover or must die. From far and wide, people sent for him when they had anyone ill, and gave him so much money that he soon became a rich man. Soon the king became ill, and the physician was summoned to say if recovery were possible. But when he came to the man's bed, I was at his feet.
No. Damn it! The king would have paid more than anyone else. I need that money.
What have you done?
Look. We were about to make more money than we ever have before. What did you want me to do?
We? That money isn't mine. I don't have any use for it. I give you one rule to follow and you overreach me.
No, you're at the head of the bed.
You already have enough money for the rest of your life. You don't need it.
I wanted it.
But I need him. Do you have any idea what could happen to a kingdom if it's run by a man who should be dead? Of course you don't.
No,
Why did I think it was a good idea to give away a piece of my power? You don't know what you're doing with it.
I've managed well so far.
Have you? You're my godson. I'll pardon it once. But if you ever venture like that again, it will cost you your neck. I'll take you away myself. No longer would the doctor and I travel together after that. I still met him at every patient's bed, but he was no longer family to me. Soon the king's daughter fell into a severe illness. She was his only child, and it was rumored that he wept till he lost the sight of his eyes. He made known that whoever rescued her would inherit the crown and become her husband. But when the doctor came to the girl's bed, he saw death at her feet. He should have remembered his godfather's warning. But he was so infatuated with the great beauty of the king's daughter and becoming her husband that he flung all thought to the winds. You only thought about your pride. I warned you about what would happen.
No, wait.
Wait for what? Your time is up. You don't get to wait any longer.
No, she would have been my wife. I would have been king.
And that would have made you happy?
Yes.
Would that have been enough for you?
No, please don't do this.
Why should I obey your wishes? You don't obey mine.
Just let me have this. I won't take any more from you.
And why should I believe that?
No.
You take and take and take, and for what? You won't be satisfied. You don't get the privilege of playing with fate. Now it's just to lie in your pockets and get some princess in your bed.
Don't.
Do you want a wife you've never met?
No.
You think about what you want in this moment, but you can't consider the future. Your actions have consequences beyond whether or not you get paid.
No, please.
You're playing with life and death.
I'll never betray you, never again, I promise.
You had your chance.
No! Where is this place? Oh, where am I?
Oh, you won't find it on a map. You're in my domain now.
Oh, wait, no. We were just at the princess's sickbed and... How did we get here?
I don't owe you any answers. You won't be able to ask questions much longer anyway.
Well, what? You gonna burn me with that tiny little candle?
Look. These are the lights of men's lives. The tall ones belong to children. The half-size ones to married people in their prime. And the short ones belong to old people. But young folk likewise often have a tiny candle.
Which one is mine?
Behold.
No, seriously, come on, No. There's barely any left. Light a new one for me, please. I want to enjoy my life. I want to be king.
I cannot. There are rules about these things.
Do something, anything for me, please. Your only godson, please.
I gave this candle to you at your christening all those years ago. I've never been able to witness a life as it is lived. Yours was the first.
Thank you. You didn't light it. What are you doing?
It's a shame you had to waste it with your brain.
No, what?